Hey, what is going on, Twintendo Nation? Hope you're having an awesome day. Today I'm bringing back the top 5 Pokemon series with the top 5 hardest Pokemon battles. These difficult fights were chosen from both the main series games as well as the spin-offs. Now, although I do consider myself an experienced Pokemon player, I haven't played every game out there, so these 5 choices are from my own personal experiences and therefore my own opinion. Also, my choices in the Pokemon I have picked in both the main games and the spin-off games when playing them have affected the difficulty of certain battles, for better or worse. So it's possible that some battles you guys found difficult might have been easier for me, and vice versa. So before we start today's video, I want to mention a few things. Firstly, question of the day as always, what was your most difficult Pokemon battle? This could be something from the recent games, or when you first started playing Pokemon and had to fight your first champion. But whatever it is, make sure to let me know in the comments below. Secondly, I want to thank you guys for your support and feedback on my last video. I hadn't uploaded a proper Pokemon video in around 6 months, so I was a little nervous on how well it would do, but you guys smashed the like target in under 10 hours, so big shout out to you guys. Let's continue the great work together. And finally, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop it a like. Let's aim for another quick 1,000 likes. And if you want to see more videos like this, then hit that subscribe button and join the Twintendo Nation today. And with all that out the way, let's start the video. So starting off the list is the only champion in this video. Throughout all the Pokemon games, the most difficult battle is usually the champion of the region. Although they are powerful, they often leave themselves open to attacks by having Pokemon with similar weaknesses. The best example for this is Lance, who was the champion in Pokemon Gold and Silver, who has 3 Dragonites, which are 4 times weak to Ice type moves, so if you have a Pokemon with Ice Beam, you can take out half of his team easily. So to be a good champion, you need a lot of versatility within your team, and no champion has a more resourceful team than a Sinnoh champion, Cynthia. Not only was Cynthia the first female Pokemon champion, she was, and still has in my opinion, the best team for any champion. Her team varies depending on what game you play, but we're going to be focusing on her team from Pokemon Platinum, which returns for the battle tree in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Her team consists of Spiritomb, Roserade, Togekiss, Lucario, Milotic, and her infamous Garchomp. So let's start with Spiritomb, which is arguably her most annoying Pokemon. Before the introduction of the Fairy type, Spiritomb's type combination of Dark and Ghost made it weak to no types, so it was a difficult Pokemon to beat. Adding its ability Pressure, which reduces your PP, and moves such as Silver Wind and Ominous Wind, which can boost all of its stats, Spiritomb was a force to be reckoned with. And this was just the first Pokemon. Following Spiritomb is Roserade, who has a versatile moveset with Energy Ball, Sludge Bomb, Shadow Ball, and Extra Sensory. However, although it's an impressive Pokemon, it is probably Cynthia's worst Pokemon, as a strong Fire, Flying, Psychic, or Ice attack can one-hit KO it. Other Pokemon on Cynthia's team consist of 2 tanks in the form of Togekiss and Milotic, which are well known to survive a few attacks. Now the last 2 Pokemon are her powerhouses, Lucario and Garchomp. Not only do they have great stats and move pools, with moves such as Earthquake, Dragon Pulse, Aura Sphere and Giga Impact between the 2 of them, they're also very high leveled, with Lucario being level 76 and Garchomp being at level 78. Only Steven's Metagross in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire is a higher level than Cynthia's Garchomp at level 79. I was considering Steven, who is a very powerful champion, but his team consists of multiple Rock and Steel Pokemon, leaving him susceptible to multiple type weaknesses. So for all these reasons, I consider Cynthia to be the most powerful champion in the history of Pokemon so far. Following Cynthia is the most famous trainer across all the Pokemon regions, if we're not considering Ash Ketchum. This is none other than Red, who appears in Pokemon Gold and Silver, as well as Heart Gold and Soul Silver. If you've ever fought Red, then it should come to no surprise that he makes it onto this list. Out of all the Pokemon games, Red is still the highest level trainer battle out there, with his Heart Gold and Soul Silver team containing a level 80 Lapras, level 82 Snorlax, level 84 Venusaur, Charizard and Blastoise, and a level 88 Pikachu. By the time you encounter Red on Mount Silver, you'll have beaten the Pokemon League and obtained 16 badges, but most likely you'll still not be ready for this battle as your team will be under-leveled. If you grind for hours to bring your Pokemon levels up, then Red isn't too much of a problem, but most people don't want to do that and try to take him on with their current team. I remember my first battle with Red and how much I underestimated his team, especially his Pikachu, as I was beaten soundly. If you want to beat Red, you'll want to level up your Pokemon to at least level 80, which isn't easy since when you obtain your last Kanto Gym badge, your team will be around level 60. Since Red has a Pikachu which is almost level 90, you have a lot of catching up to do. His 3 starter Pokemon, Venusaur, Charizard and Blastoise, also know very powerful moves like Frenzy Plant, Blast Burn and Hydro Cannon, which can easily take down any of your Pokemon if given the chance. You'll need to put in a lot of work and effort to prepare for Red, which is why this is one of the toughest Pokemon battles out there. Next up is possibly the most infamous gym leader of all. This is Whitney from Pokemon Gold and Silver. If you've ever heard of Whitney, then you know where I'm going with this. Whitney's team consists of a level 18 Clefairy and level 20 Miltank, or level 17 and 19 if you're playing Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Now if you search for people's opinions, you'll find 2 types of people. Those who beat Whitney with relative ease, and those who went through hell and back to take the plain badge from her. I was somewhere in between. It took me a few goes to beat her at first, but no more than 2 or 3 efforts. So why is Whitney so difficult? Well, first of all, let's start with her first Pokemon, Clefairy. This is a Pokemon that shouldn't cause you too many troubles unless you're unlucky. Now the reason I say unlucky is because Whitney's Clefairy knows the move Metronome, which is a move that can become any move in the game. So it could be that Clefairy uses a useless move like Splash, or it could take out your Pokemon by using Explosion. It also has moves like Mimic and Encore, making Clefairy a tricky little Pokemon. Clefairy is arguably more difficult in the remakes as it has the ability Cute Charm, which may infatuate your Pokemon if you attack it with a physical move. But enough about Clefairy, it's time to move on to the real monster of this battle, Whitney's mighty Miltank. It doesn't matter whether you're underleveled or overleveled, Miltank packs a punch, and with the right combination of moves can send your team packing to the Pokemon Center. Miltank knows the move Stomp, which is a good normal stab move, and can make you flinch. Rollout, which can destroy your team if Miltank can't be stopped, as it gains more power per turn. It also has Attract, which immobilizes any of your male Pokemon, and Milk Drink, which can restore 50% of its health. And believe me, Miltank has a lot of it. If you thought that was bad, it gets worse. Miltank can be healed twice with Super Potions, and in the remakes, it holds a Lumberry which heals it from any status condition, making it harder to slow down with status effects like Paralysis or Sleep. Also, unlike the Red battle, you don't have access to revives at this stage, so if your Pokemon faints, it's out of the battle for good. If you haven't figured it out yet, Miltank lives up to its name, it's a literal tank, making Whitney's gym battle a real test. Just missing out on the number 1 spot is a battle from the most recent Pokemon game, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Now let's be honest, you guys know what this is already, so let's just get straight into it. Ultra Necrozma. 2 words when put together scare any Pokemon trainer. Ultra Necrozma is a Psychic Dragon type, and although it is weak to 6 types, it is very difficult to lay a scratch on it. You encounter Ultra Necrozma at level 60 in the Ultra Megalopolis, which most likely will outlevel all your Pokemon. But that's the least of your worries. All its stats are boosted at the start of battle, so it can comfortably outspeed your Pokemon, whilst having a ridiculously high special attack. Throw the move Prismatic Laser into the equation with its 160 base power, and your team is swept beneath your feet. This battle took me many attempts before my team managed a narrow victory. Now although this battle is incredibly challenging, there's a reason why this just missed out on number 1. Firstly, you can prepare for this battle as much as you need to. Many players thought they were stuck in Ultra Megalopolis, but in fact you could leave when you needed to, which allowed you to train your Pokemon to make the battle easier, as well as buying revives and potions. Secondly, there are certain strategies you can use to take down Ultra Necrozma, such as getting a Graveler with Sturdy and using Toxic on Ultra Necrozma on the first turn. This will badly poison it and defeat it in 5 turns. So although it is difficult, it's definitely doable if you put the work in. Still, I can't imagine too many players who beat Ultra Necrozma on their first try. If you're one of the few, let me know in the comments and how you managed it. Taking the number 1 spot on this list is the only entry from one of Pokemon's many side games. This battle is Articuno from Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team. Now I've beaten this game 4 or 5 times, and I actually only beat Articuno last week for a video I'm making on Blue Rescue Team, and after playing this game for over 10 years, I still struggle with this boss every time. So for those who have never played this game, or have not fought Articuno in a long time, let me explain what makes this boss so difficult. During the main story of the game, you and your partner are run out of town, which means the only items you have on your journey to Articuno are ones you've collected and stored before you had to leave, and ones you find on the way. The reason I mention items is because you'll need a lot of Reviver Seeds, which are basically max revives from the main series Pokemon games. Now these Reviver Seeds are needed for the many dungeons you'll go through, as well as the fight against Moltres before you reach Articuno, which will definitely cost you a few Reviver Seeds. What makes this battle with Articuno very difficult is basically the preparation beforehand. If you're a first time player, you won't know that you won't be able to stockpile Revive Seeds and items from missions, dungeons and the Kecleon store before you run out of town, so this Articuno boss will catch a lot of players unprepared. Even if you manage to store a few Reviver Seeds, it's likely you'll lose them before even getting to Articuno, meaning you'll have to grind for many hours to level up your Pokemon and find very rare Reviver Seeds before attempting the battle. But that's only your first problem, as a battle with Articuno, regardless of Reviver Seeds, is incredibly challenging. Now every time I play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team, I always go for the same team of Mudkip and Trico, meaning my partner is weak to both of Articuno's main attacks, Gust and Powder Snow. Gust isn't too much of a problem as it normally attacks Mudkip with it, but Powder Snow is so broken. This move attacks both Mudkip and Trico, comfortably beating Trico and even Mudkip, even though it's not very effective. Basically you have to hope it misses, which is unlikely with 90% accuracy. It also has 17 PP, so you can't stall it out. And it has the potential to freeze you as well, which makes matters much worse. As I said earlier, it's broken and it's a huge difficulty spike, regardless if you have a fire type Pokemon on the team. As I said, I played this game 4 or 5 times and I knew this battle was coming when I was recording the video last week, so I hoarded up to 10 Reviver Seeds and I still struggled really badly. I lost 5 Reviver Seeds on the way to Articuno, but I definitely thought 5 Reviver Seeds would be enough for the battle, but I only just beat Articuno at around the 6th attempt. So if I knew the battle was coming and still struggled badly every time I played this game, then imagine how hard it was for players who didn't know it was coming. Now I was tempted to choose Darkrai's battle from Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time, Darkness and Sky, but even though that battle is very difficult, you can prepare and bring as many Reviver Seeds as you want, which is the exact opposite of the Articuno fight, and for that reason, it's my #1 hardest battle in the Pokemon series. So those are my top 5 hardest Pokemon battles that I've experienced in my journey as a Pokemon trainer thus far. Let me know if you struggled with those battles, and if there's one you had in mind that I didn't mention, let me know in the comments below as well. Also, if you guys enjoyed the video, a like is always appreciated, and if you want to see more videos like this, including my next video on Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team, then make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Anyway guys, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you on the next video. Peace!